Hello everybody, this is Ryan, and I'm back for a video for AEP858. This time I'm going to talk a little bit about module number 2, demographics data. So, I appreciate all your work so far in this course. People seem to be getting into the classroom and posting module 1. I appreciate that. Remember, if you need help, please reach out. I'm here to help you and to ensure that you're as successful as possible in this course. So, let's get started. So, module 2 it's right here. It isn't released yet, but it should be available by the time you read this video. Watch this video, sorry. So let's get into this and go through it a little bit. So module 2 deals with demographic data. Like all the other modules, you have your standard, you have your rationale, you have your resources. Now with this module, we're getting into a few more articles and things you need to read, some different sources that you can utilize to support your thoughts. And that's the big thing about this. When you make a statement or have a thought, or you want to type something or tell something about demographics, you need to be able to support those thoughts with research. And that's what these articles are all about. So read through those. And again, the URLs are right here. Pull those up. When you make your reference page, you can just use what I have here. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just copy these and make sure that the text is all black and there's no underlining, and use them the way they are. So with this module, you're going to review the articles. You're going to synthesize your knowledge, your current knowledge, with the resource information. Then you're going to do a role play. You're going to pretend that you're going to make a video or make a presentation to your local school board. And this is a leadership opportunity. You can treat this leadership opportunity from your perspective, what you want to do, what kind of leader you want to be, whether it be a instructional coach, reading specialist, data coordinator, assistant principal, a principal, or whatever you want to be down the road. You can use that perspective when you're making this presentation. So read number 2, do a role play. You're going to end up creating a one-page demographics about your district. And in module 1, you learned places to go to find demographics about your district. So you're going to use that. One big thing is you will need to include a comparison to your state or other school district. So just don't put your data in, also put in a comparison to the state. That's probably the easiest one, or to another school or another district in your area. Remember, you need to have multiple types of data, several different data sources, and I'll take a look at the rubric here in a minute. If you do include assessment data, which some students do, make sure that's disaggregated. So if you, for example, if you include your state assessment data, don't just show all students, show it broken down by, say, ethnicity or race or something like that. Then what you're going to do, as you work on this infographic, you're going to need to think of some things. So the first one is you're going to describe 3 reasons it is important to consider demographics data when analyzing and sharing data. So that's where your research comes in. So when you read your articles, you're going to learn about the importance of demographics data. When you make your statements here, you're going to want to support those with an in-text citation. You're going to say, this is the reason it's important, and this is the source it came from. And then you're going to use an in-text citation, and you're going to add that source to your reference page. Then what you're going to do is you're going to think about, then you're going to describe 2 things you were thinking as you completed this module, and you're going to come up with 1 question that your Board of Education may ask. And you'll include this in your 2B, and we'll look at that here in a little bit. So when you think about the completeness of your responses, please make sure you're writing at least 3 to 5 sentences per response. You can write a lot more, but don't write less. Just don't put 1 sentence and let it lie. Just make sure you're fully explaining it. Make sure your thoughts are well developed. There are some different ways of making your infographics. You can use these tools. One thing you won't do is you don't need to pay. So if you get to a point where you have to pay, you can't download it, just use Clipper. Clip your infographic, paste it onto a Google Doc, and submit that. Like I mentioned before, you're going to need to support your reasons for the importance of demographics with citations. That's the APA7 style. Make sure you use in-text citations there. And then you're going to post your work in 2A, your infographic in 2A, and then we're going to get to 2B. So make sure you take a look at that. If you have questions, please let me know. I can talk you through some stuff. So that's the first part. So let's take a look at the next part. So the next part will be the 2B, the concluding tasks. So the concluding tasks are where you're going to kind of wrap things up. And I mentioned before the 3 reasons, the 2 things and the 1 question. That's where you're going to put them right here. And make sure that you're using in-text citations there when you do your reasons at least. You don't necessarily put citations for your thinking, but when you actually do the reasons, make sure you look at the resources you read and make sure you do citations. And then you'll have a relevancy and a reflection piece. So those are the 2 parts of this assignment. A couple other things I want to point out to you is if you go back to 2A and you click here and you should see a rubric. Please make sure you're taking a look at the rubric. It'll help guide how much work you need to do in your amount of responses. So make sure you take a look at the rubrics. There's one for this one, and there's also a rubric for 2B as well, right here. So make sure you're taking a look at all those to make sure they're correct. If you have questions about APA citations and doing the in-text citations and doing the reference page, here's your quick reference guide. Open that up. I recommend, I think it's right here. Yeah, this one right here, this quick reference guide right here, AEP858 Quick Style. Take a look at this, and this will help you through your reference page. Different types. It'll help you with your in-text citations. And remember, do not use direct quotes. We are going to paraphrase. You should not use direct quotes in this assignment. Read the research, look at the reasons, paraphrase the reasons, add them to your paper, add them to your concluding tasks, and cite them. This is how you would do an in-text citation. That way. That's one way. Okay? Hope this helps. If you have questions, reach out. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for taking this course. I'll talk to you later. Bye.